Hey taters, this is Tree from treeoflogic.com. So I have a story. I find it funny. It's not funny probably to some other people, but I find it funny because this is what you get when you vote Democrat. This is what you get when you put power in a Democratic politician's hands. All right? Like that Joker meme, you get what you effing deserve. This is what you deserve. You get what you deserve. And I want to show you something. We all saw this coming. They have closed 17 Walgreens in San Francisco. Please understand, this is Nasty Pelosi, Miss I'd never seen a vodka bottle I didn't love, Pelosi, okay, district. This is her district. Nasty, not Nancy, Nasty Pelosi's district. And this is the district where they defunded the police, and they also have a law where if a person steals something that's under $1,000, there is no crime. And it's like, this is the thing. It's like they keep voting for these people. I'm gonna show you how bad it is. Hold on, hold on, watch this video. This is a Walgreens in San Francisco. Okay, I want you to watch how it goes down over there. Just watch this. Watch this. They bring suitcases. Well, this one just walking out with a whole bunch of toilet paper. Okay.
Fucking crazy.
Okay, all right. And they're all covered. They're all stealing. There's nobody in there buying anything. And then this chick comes in there with a suitcase. She's coming in there with a little suitcase. Oh, and her tote bag. No shame.
We're close right now.
No shame.
We recording. You recording somebody?
What?
Oh, okay. Do I gotta take your phone?
Okay, so so you see what happened when, criminals catch you filming them committing crime, all right? So because of this, and they started to just go in there and steal the stores. And if you call the police is going to ask, the dispatcher is going to ask, to give you to give her an understanding of how much was stolen. And if you say anything that's under $1,000, then the police are not going to show up. Okay, they're too busy because they're underfunded. They're too busy handling real crimes like homicides. For years, John, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so Susoff or something like that, walked from his home 2 blocks to Walgreens at Bush and Larkin Streets to pick a prescription for himself and for less mobile neighbors, to get a new phone card and to snag senior discounts the first Tuesday of the month. The change in March, when the Walgreens, ravaged by shoplifters, closed, what is his first name? John, a 77-year-old senior who sometimes uses a cane, now goes 6 blocks for medication and other necessities. All right, so this is the thing. They do not call out the people who really are affected by this. They don't call out the politicians. They don't actually hold them accountable. Last year, burglaries increased in most San Francisco neighborhoods. Shoplifting decreased under pandemic lockdown and dropped slightly the year before, but incidents are often underreported and have become more violent and brazen. And that's the reason why they're going underreported. What is the purpose of calling the police when the politicians have created laws stating that if anything under $1,000 is stolen, that it's not a crime? You just don't even call. They can take it. And the thing about it is that nobody sees how crazy this is. But here's the deal. This law has been in effect for years. I thought this thing was like for the last 2 years. From my understanding, this law has been effective for the last 5 years. in San Francisco. Now, we already know how bad San Francisco is. We already know they have a bad drug problem, homeless problem. We already know that, it's full, the streets are full of doo-doo, okay? So the thing about it is that you see under a Democratic rule, and maybe they don't see it. Maybe they're so deranged that they just still think that even though there's not a Republican in sight, that the fact that the Democrats are doing this, that it's somehow the opposite politicians' fault. I'm sure, I don't know, I can't think about these people. It's like, I cannot sit up here and see who's causing the problem, but blame it on someone else. Retailers attributed a majority of losses to professional thieves instead of opportunist shoplifters who may be driven by poverty, with one CVS leader calling San Francisco a hub of organized retail crime. Losses have shuttered drugstores, providing vital services even more critical during the pandemic as some stores give out vaccine. Well, I don't know about it. I don't know about all that, but all right, so let's see. This has been out of control. The supervisor, Al-Shah Safai, well, we know who you are, who held a hearing Thursday with retailers, police, and district attorney and probation departments. Quote, people are scared to go into these stores. Seniors, people with disabilities, children. It's just happening brazenly. We can't just as a city throw up our hands and say, this is okay. We have to come up with a solution. The solution is get rid of that bill, that law. That's the solution. It's like I'm taking stupid pills. Oh my God. Like, make it a crime to steal anything. Oh, that's right. You can't because you defunded the police. Wait a minute. I just realized that. Hold on a second. Sorry. It's a slow day. Hold on. You can't make laws like that because you have decreased your police staff because you made the police the bad guy. And so since you don't have that many police, you can't make laws to where you have to call the police. Got it. Man, I am so glad I'm in a red state and a red area. I'm so happy that I don't have to deal with this. And you have to be careful, folks. If you live in a red area, if you live in a red state, you must fight to keep it that way. You must do everything you can to keep it that way, please, because you don't want your place to turn out like this. Who wants this to happen to their area? Because of Demorats. Come on now. Okay. The cost of business and shoplifting led Walgreens to shut 17 locations. 17 locations in San Francisco in the past 5 years. An unpopular and difficult decision, Jason Cunningham, Regional Vice President for Pharmacy and Retail Operations in California and Hawaii, said at the hearing. The company still has 53 stores in the city. Oh, whoopee-doo. But you know what? They have 53 stores in the cities that are heavily populated by the police, because I know for a fact that a good percentage of it, I think probably 14 stores are actually close to the police departments. Imagine that. The safest stores are by the police departments. I guess police do deter crime. Theft in Walgreens San Francisco stores is 4 times the average for stores elsewhere in the country, and the chain spends 35 times more on security guards in the city than elsewhere, and that's because of the law. That's because of the law, and they defunded the police. At CVS, 42% of losses in the Bay Area come from 12 stores in San Francisco, which are only 8% of the market share. Brendan Dungan, Director of Organized Retail Crime and Corporate Investigations, said at the hearing. CVS and Walgreens said they train employees to be engaged and visible to prevent theft, but to not confront thieves directly when it could turn violent. CVS security guards in San Francisco have been assaulted, especially at the now closed 7 and Market Street locations. Well, what's the point of having a security guard? Sometimes some businesses instead hire costly off-duty police officers. Well, I know they don't assault them. And that's basically, this is very costly. To hire an actual police officer who has arrest powers, you're going to pay 3 to 4 times more money than an actual security guard. But if they're assaulting the security guard, I don't know. I have to look into this more. And I'm going to show another video of how they are stealing in Walgreens in San Francisco. It's just a mess. Although the majority of CVS shoplifting incidents in the city are by opportunists, Dungan said professional crime accounts for 85% of the company's dollar losses. He said San Francisco is one of the epicenters of organized retail crime, pointing to an $8 million state bust in the Bay Area last year. Wow. Officials agreed that different responses were needed depending on why someone was committing a crime. What? Why? Isn't this crazy? Well, we needed to see why they committed a crime to see if we should lock them up or not. San Francisco Department Public Defender Doug Welch called in to the hearing to say his clients charged with shoplifting are not part of organized crime, but are homeless or struggling with substance abuse and need more services. That does not give them an excuse for committing crime. Here's the deal. If you don't hold people accountable for their actions, right, then that is basically giving them a free pass to keep committing crimes. So it's like it doesn't, like, you should not use, oh, well, my client is a meth head, or my client is a crackhead. That's why they should be able to commit crime. Stop being nice to these people. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about this too much. Let's go over here. Let's see. The San Francisco Police Burglary Unit focuses on investigating serial shoplifters, especially if they are violent. Police said beat officers patrol known shoplifting areas. Last year, around 31% of shoplifting incidents resulted in arrest. Well, I see why. Because it's like, you can't arrest them if they steal under $1,000. So this is why this number is so low. A percentage that declined over the past couple of years. Yeah, because I think that law has been in effect in 5 years. A statement from Safeway read at Thursday's hearing blamed Proposition 40. So there we go. I knew it. Here we go. It's called Proposition 47, which lowered penalties for thefts under $950. I thought it was under $1,000. It's still under $1,000, but they're specific. Anything under $950,000, that you're just gonna get a bad slap on the wrist. So, which lowered penalties for thefts under $950 for dramatic increases in shoplifting losses. Safari said he is proud of what? Oh my God, this is what I'm talking about. This guy, okay, he is, what is he again? Let me see. He is, hold on, we talked about him earlier. Hold on a second. Okay, I found it right here. He's the supervisor. So he is the supervisor of what, one of the stores, who held a hearing Thursday with retailers. Okay, so he's just one of the supervisors at one of the stores. And listen, he is not holding them accountable, because look at what he's saying, okay? He's proud of the law that is causing an influx of crime, unpunishable crime, that caused these stores to close down. Is that not mental illness? I don't know what is. All right, let me just say this again. He's proud of the law that's causing this problem. Look at what he says. Safai said he is proud of Prop 47 and supports criminal justice reform and rehabilitation. How is Prop 47? Well, I guess it is criminal justice reform because there is no criminal justice in allowing criminals to steal. So you have basically made it a bad law for people who own stores. So this is bad for people who can afford to own stores, and they're losing out. But anyway, he says, but also urges prosecution for organized crime and community ambassadors to prevent opportunistic shoplifting. How about you get rid of the law that makes it okay? These people are mentally ill. Hold on a second. This is what I'm saying. Liberalism is a disease. It is a mental disease. So watch this again. So watch this. This is another video in San Francisco where they are allowed to steal. Watch this. Now, you see the people in blue? They are the CVS workers. Look, he brings a suitcase and just steals.
I'm going.
He just came in with a suitcase. That's crazy, dog.
Every day.
They just come in with suitcases?
Yeah.
Shit. Nigga came in with the suitcase. It
This
just
don't make no
bounced.
sense. The thing about it is that I don't feel sorry for these people. You voted these people in. It's like a popularity contest for people who just don't care about you. You see what I'm saying? Miss Nasty Pelosi is eating her expensive ice cream while these owners of Walgreens or any mom and pop shop, if you have a mom and pop shop, you're not going to survive in this type of climate. You know, they're going to go out of business easily, okay? Because they can't do nothing. They're helpless. And the fact that they defunded the police, they don't even have enough police officers to even patrol this area to deter crime. But my only purpose is to show you that, hey, this is what happens. We saw this coming, and I'm just here to say, yep, we were right, guys. We were right all along. Just make sure that when these people leave places like San Francisco and come to your red area, that you make sure they don't do to your area what they did to the place that they ran from. This is Tree. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Guys, you really responded to a lot of my videos yesterday. I really like that. So let me know more of what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Later, taters.